in class the venture. What's the MPP can or Mumpia? That is a lie. You're a rolling circle. Or your total debt stock of $7.1 billion. Oko Ghana, finance ministry. On website. When you go, you go. You're a kufoba. What they can call 8 billion. That is only about 1 billion per account. Mahama Mills at the $21 billion never can Ghana account. About BNUA Ghana about within 8 years. What you mean Ghana that I could do that.
Pushing like video share more before from na ononso enye bi entumi enhwe. Na yenyina yenim se busumi ekwawie ya na oman Ghana yebe exit IMF program wa yedaso no. Na NDC eteki over amamwe efri na nado danko akufo ado hoi no. Omo enjoy some benefit omo age credit do na afa. Na yenyina nim se IMF nhihye anana akufo ado aban ede ekomu no. Sa benefit na ene ekusu ayewom. Na Dr. George Domfeh ono eye Economist sanso ye director for African Policy Lays edi nsembia tudwa edi afa the IMF program ya ebewie hu se program yi ekwawie ya ene ebehu the reality of this economy na assistance now no onheda ehu niama yie esanse eye nhihye ya IMF edi ama oman no ananse aban no ena odisuo inti no enhyeda enye omo input ena ye ehui na abra program yi beba wie no ene yebehu de etuemu pa nsemo de egu apon so enya asem ketu akora mepese ye begibre na yakotie nsemo a Dr. George Domfeh Economist wode egu apon so na yenso yache yadwen de afa.
It's not unprecedented. Normally when we are under an IMF program, that's what happens. Indeed, for the past 69 years, we have.
Go ahead. Let me say, that what try the another before try the best young country, Mamwadaroma.
Yo, Osha, Ghana Bay, Ghana, na Yadi Hoko Dom, and IMF. Yakoho 17 times. Na tembia ibeko biano a forest because as a country we are not able to produce enough to feed ourselves. Kwame Nkrumah sapa uchaye sanke be resilient economy sanke bit me produce most of what we have to consume no ya ntimi na ye ne de ne de ya be import dependent this dey will be aye ana sebe ye kokra na yeso ye babidie nti ama economy na ye fragile. Exogenous effect always very high. And sometimes when the politicians are speaking this way, I get confused. The same story, when they are in opposition, they have a particular line of language. Omuba abamusua, omukasano, sanity, and Tiwema, and MPP Kasano, Omukasa 2022, Yanubiana Pape, I can't say. And NDC Kasano, so Kasa 2022, and then no MPP Sumia or Moye. Na ya hweye nasa anko modie ya because we may never develop. Mami and react first to nasem bia na okaye about say senka yetimi ma information ya available say quite enema yakoto import commodities no ne bo enema ba bia yakoto no say the ne bo sitie ene de ye turning ha no senka consumers hu na ebebo aye no kra. I've been teaching economics at the tertiary level for the past 15 years. Me who say, we share any abibri manya Ghana nko. Ya information na ya manfo nimtino. Ya na importers they always exploit us the boni bekano. Omo ba no abedi ajira mabo no mo nyamfa so boom na ye bre. Yeah, but my main kana ontias is unfortunately economy a small open market economy. Small open market economy no. Government does not have control over prices. Say but obey me the policy. And aye. And tina or that's man or can good, but I Papi o memu o ya de pa Kofi Capito. Asa ka wono kwa Lone Ranger. Ye here Consumer Association. Na sama no all can. It may never work. Because Ghana no, unfortunately for him, consumers no, most of us cannot read and write. Omukro mbetimi read atro no, yem parking kai. Enti se abakra mane ya available say okofa mo baga if it Thailander say na tie udi beduru am say na tie say na kai Ghanaians don't man yem parking kai kwa the abapua say yebenya more consumer associations na omatimi engage again I mean to me can I say ebia na asase unity. Our economic situation today is never better than it was at the beginning of 2022. Yes, you may say at the beginning of 2022.
Hello, Doc. Doc, I say where you know cracky kakra. Meaning say if you can reposition yourself well, I don't know what is happening, but or sound no kakra way Dr. John Domfeh is executive director at the global yes African policy lens. So Doc, I think say where you sound in here. Go ahead. Hello, Doc. Doc, we can't hear anything. Until so I minimum say obesa echa hubima la babenko abas ona of abas in film na ono no hello, Doc. No, we don't hear. We can hear you now. Yentiba kokranti. Mamenko lawyer honum na. No, please. I think. I'm afraid. We know. Yentimi bia. Eti. Doc, we say reposition yourself for power by sebia. Quite different. You say be a different. Yeah, betimi aboy. So that is the fact. I feel like all building the points. Any idea? There are some things that or no fee say. What lawyer Nurudeen Abbas said, no, or disagree with him, but I feel no all building that point. You know, yeah. I'm say I yes. So okay. I'm told to say Astute. So okay. All right. So my honorable Nurudeen Abbas in me na onya kwan. So honorable, what else can you tell us as we prepare as ababiro? What else can you tell us?
Yo, many years ago, I was certainly Dr. Domfeh kakran sana the line on call. Means we see any parliament so me feel say oya di obon homo na can sembia na efo ma asemo ameka ne so say aban we aya de bi aya frɛ no aya fiscally discipline or jitu mo sa ampa aban na fiscally discipline na de osaka kan ho ne say enye nwanwa because aban bi owo IMF conditionality mu bia no or fiscally discipline but asem no hwɛ even a recent past economic literature Domfeh kanu ebo kakra because under MPP in 2024 so near IMF omukra na de IMF no but economic targets are na yeseti ye ni nyina no ye may say not just we were not physically disciplined even under an IMF program because under MPP omuka say at the end of 2024 ye benya a budget surplus of 0.3%. Not just say ye benya mfaso budget ye sika ye revenue kura be bro ye expenditure so by 0.5%. By COVID actually in a budget deficit of 3%. Ziga utie me.
Yeah, me too.
Under IMF no MPP project here say omobekwa ko wie the year 2024 with inflation of 15%. And so omo dey for 23%.
Okay.
There are other year omo try so no refute the claim of Dr. Domfeh make say under IMF they are binding fiscally discipline and no cresa under IMF MPP or targets in a moment say meaning they were not fiscally disciplined. Now some dear material no but maybe they feel say my name say Dr. Sabaswa.
Yeah, I'm told to say dog about it. Reserve that like a dog. And
yeah, mamba.
Okay, dog, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, dog.
Oh, yeah. So now me go ahead. Now I was talking about say, yeah, well, IMF I there pa. Oh yeah, Ghana. Yeah, we be a primary balance. Yeah, cause a primary balance. Usika ubenya nini na udia. Dodo say na udi nine. Dodo say na udi tuaka. Sika bia ebedi bia ye di nine. And the year interest payment, they know a year we. Ababia, and the Woodian, Ubetini Yan. Wabra won't come up with Yamesono, your friend primary balance. No, I not say primary balance, no, revenue and expenditure. Minus interest payment is 2%. Minia, Ghana, you call IMF April 2015, a standard credit facility. Now, she say, you bear fiscal discipline. Yeah, the child say, you see, can I yet, you bear your bed in ye, your bed is a capital. Now, the year division, you didn't say, you didn't answer. My main case 2015. Now, you call, IMF, your primary balance, now it was negative. 2016, now a negative. 2017, Ghana recorded the first primary surplus in 15 years. I'm talking about the first primary surplus. 2018, we had primary surplus. 2019, we had primary surplus. Yes, economy no, a fast fiscal, because of fiscal discipline, I know. Media with the measure no, a primary surplus. That is the first one. A fast fiscal surplus there, overall fiscal surplus on there. A country like Ghana, you don't talk about it because you can't get positive. You can't get fiscal surplus. And all the young call cry, Tambian, Yana primary level. Me feel na papa you can say na MPP pay. Fiscal surplus of 3 point minimum. I don't know about that. I've never heard about that. Minister primary surplus. Na no more pay. Now all can be said. About we buy no. And I buy the fufu be a sabe. A chain be antina ama. It's not true. Sabri, you were a summary view. For the 17th time we are under an IMF. Now IMF we are here. Yania ne ye crunchre in crat and never boom crat as we say. Yabayan say A, B, C, D. Now IMF MIS come I am fanye. I'm saying into 16 quantitative performance criteria. And I put it together. And you found PCP post COVID economic program. Come a finance ministry, is saying me George Domfeh. No more consult me. And I know from A to B to Z of this policy. And then for the next 36 months, yeah, about next month, yeah, it's next May, this year May, yeah, we are in April, next month, 36 months, yeah, the command of friend IMF. The fiscal agenda, and so we are many years to force negotiate, we were discussing about the same thing. This government has not changed the fiscal agenda they came to meet. And yet the same fiscal agenda, said American, yet the primary surplus. And I said, you are meeting your fiscal projections. The year 2024, during the first half of the year, we recorded 0.7% primary surplus. Papi Asema okay, I am in one watch say it is never true, sir. I mean, the old government was not meeting the 16 quantitative criteria. George Domfeh make us say October 2023. After about 5 months, I say program that may IMF World Bank invited me. I was a delegate to their annual meeting. 10 days we were in Marrakesh. One of the countries where of the IMF boss, the just said, why are they? Because of 2022, so many countries, it has never happened in the history of the world. They said countries be boom, so call my friend IMF. Osha Togo, right? They went to an IMF. Left Cote d'Ivoire, they went. So many countries, they single out Ghana. So we've done so well, even in 5 months. And who said I didn't know? You were a friend of credit facility. That was
2022, right?
Mr.
No, me person me
make up one.
Okay.
Mr. Who's the national worker? Arrangement today, we are friend extended credit facility. And you almost promises on my $3 billion. So 3 billion, young farm at the beginning of my 600 million. After 6 months, said performance, quantitative performance criteria and 16, they came to praise us. Some why are there? And almost is 600 million. After that, we say every 6 months be a never their friend staff level agreement, nearby, Yabama 360 million. Some more there. Every day they have come. Before the new government came, they were meeting the targets. One of the targets was said, Yempe reserves be. And now we 2022, we nearly ran out of our reserves, even though at the beginning of the year we are 9.9 billion in our reserves. And almost the tabuno at Ghana say they will not allow BOD to supply more than $80 million to protect the city. And the Yama program that the city was suffering because BOD could not intervene with more than 80 million. And yet 3rd December 2024, and we had the last staff level agreement between an IMF staff and Ghana. And Omu said, you have reserves of almost $9 billion. And Omu says, Sabri Omu Yitabuna Fiho. And BOD can now supply more as they please. Now, Omu yes, I don't know. As I don't know, $1 and 17 cities, now over 16 cities. And then the then government, Omu di boom, and Jakufa do back. Now $1 14 cities 70% within 1 month. See the need drop from about 16 to 14 something. Because a new government comes to power, we have more dollars. Gold prices are doing well, and they started supplying. In fact, on average, when the other government, IMF, were not allowing them to supply more than $80 million, today, every month, BOG supplies $1 billion. And it's a scientific idea. What is the achievement about this?
So, Doc, me education. The question I want to ask is, when the IMF ECA say you cannot spend $1 be to a certain level, but later on when the we see books here good no, they allow you to push the dollar into the market and the market drop from 17 to 14.7%. Sorry, exchange rate no. So the question will be say
exactly.
dollar about dollar no support cedi no ama cedi no why then it is not new in the system, just like what Dr. Aziama Ayer
it's not new. No.
But why do people have to
criticize
what is happening right now is an artificial?
Yeah, my main can intent say Ghana your exchange rate regime no your friend manage floating exchange rate regime. Any floating, USA floating. The US there, market and quite determine the value of the US dollar. Ghana ya no physical intervention. Say about $1 dollar through Bank of Ghana. Na ya secondary forest abetu ogumuno. It's allowed. Mamin kana obi anti say from Rollins peso, Kufuor peso, Mahama Mills, Akufo-Addo. Obi a Bank of Ghana intervene. Every time the Bank of Ghana intervene, indeed. Tama, and then my year they na your results no come from omo pese. Yenya bebrebe nto omo kan so omo my supply no. Bank of Ghana was still supplying $80 million every month. It's new, but there you can say artificial. I mean, I'm interested in. At the end, I must see the Nunya Valley. And you demand and supply for foreign currencies. Sakobase foreign currencies no. Say nipa dodo ko abante so mu kopɛ foreign currencies akokra nema. Na omunsa anka bia. Na ama dollar no bo ayedene. Eno ana masidi ni seye. Enti there one way ni say Bank of Ghana and the dollar ni di ba begum. Anytime a Bank of Ghana the dollar ba begum bia no your friend artificial. Obi a wire monetary economist bia be kire. Because no eye obi na eye enya economy na ho odene. There anya artificial ni. Yen fan say abaya sisi factories bebrebe. Ama enema bi anke de dollar ne be kwa ama no ne akokra no. Ene ye bi wa. Ya sorry ya de over billions of dollars. Ekotomu. Ya bi amu bebrebe wa anti na yenkra amubio. Ya de over $billion ekokra cars. Ya ye cars wa anti na yenkokra cars a. Toothpick ID yasim. Ya de dollar koto. And ya beer factories where you toothpick enti yankokra. So we yasa the demand for dollar. Adiaba kwama demand for dollar cost rupano. A demand for import products. It is a with the importer. Demand for dollar never buffer. Say demand never former. Naturally, city will be very strong. And no near artificial. And no a economy na ho dene. And the producing here maybe and get the dollar and the tontino. Ama sa situation number.
Okay.
And no in economics and I monetary economics no. Your friend no artificial. Na papa said ababi ewo akwanya na gold boy then when you more gold and inflows. And every month with the $1 billion kokuma. Artificial say se bibi ko sina gold boy ko forma. Abani nya $1 billion and supply. Again, that restructuring. Yeah, can offer you attach here, no. And I'm saying to you, and then we pay only the flows. We don't pay the stock. Now, from 2027, you be clear foreign stock. Utia, and your Bank of Ghana in the Piama abai. For the past 4 years, the Impia, yes, that's a Bank of Ghana, Croya, what they want to know. On an extra dollar, go to your car. They will be overburdened. They can't do this. What to me? And you know, and
Doc, respectfully, the Oka so muntino, a projection and I say, how to put it, say, a one Kasana officer, 18 Maso, and I say, you doubt the might of the government, the runners of the economy.
My church, Sabra, no say, you're working 0.5 billion. This is the highest nominal risk we have.
Okay.
Until then, the highest was 11 billion in 2019.
All right.
Highest. But in spite of that, Sassika way Dawson. Machila was Canada, you did dollar carbon. You said that restructuring last year. Now you did Eurobond, you did 13.1 billion. Almost the 4 points. suspended payment of the stock component of all external debt.
Okay.
Bilateral.
All right.
Commercial. Eurobond. It's from 2027 going, you know. Yeah, but just here. It is a buyer to me and yes, pa. That's it. Yes, I say, because here. We go 2022. That Ekobasana, Bank of Ghana, Onya, Akwenya said that you are the 1 billion about the Gumsa the again. Some 1 billion Bank of Ghana di Gumunu. One single reason why there is a gold. And the Senyamia Moa, Nansia gold. A quarter could do 6,000 per ounce. It's not about 4,700. Ya reye enche bi abanfie mienu na 1,700. Se gold no take off from 2,000 krana. The capacity of Bank of Ghana to intervene, it will be compromised. And you want to mean yet? It in a major say, Sadia way a Bank of Ghana intervention tina see the enya hodeno. And the question you rejoice so much and your increase. It is supposed to prepare the economy. It is an income. Yabakan say, and she say, "Any money we are." He has said, "Abani bayama ne man for one at
But you can't interim ya we can was me. They say abayi so obey sadina a check. Say bibi budget somewhere. You for say obo buy obo take you off our status that program no. Say bibi budget somewhere 1 year 3 months and I say 4 months.
This government and every government.
We should have seen something.
Minia, let us be fair to this government and all other governments. Sir, you know me can say, we build more factories and they are replacing imports. I must see the naturally any strength na any artificial. Any 1 day job, any 1 year job.
All right.
And no shall see. Tina unse na me bomb about so pa.
The prayer.
One district, one factory, no. And na me no can say factories ni bebre begu. But do na so it was in the right direction.
All right, Doc. Thank you very much.
Agricultural sector. Agricultural sector to improve local production.
Okay. All right, Doc.
24-hour economy, no.
Yeah,
maybe just a minute now, Manaba. Mr. Our economy about. Stand 24-hour economy, no. We will make Ghana. Ya also build the factories. Ultimately build the factories, ready. Now you catch import. Now, and I'm sorry, Sintino. Demand for foreign currencies come from a city now, Modena. And we are natural. Sana economists, your friend. And no, only for 1 day yet. Grow Ghana, agricultural, you know, Omaki Canada, the bonfires will be to me. Yes, I man. Now local production in Kosovo, now economies has created jobs. Now you can see import. Now because of that, you know, see the need now. And only your boy now and I'm coming we are still implementing the same fiscal agenda that kind of reactor. And that come to continue. It is next month and a program no and the free work on and she said will be bad. You will be a difference from what is happening here. That said the other government they were not meeting the terms of an IMF and you credit that.
All right, thank you very much, Dr.
Staff level agreement.
Dr. John Domfeh, Dr. John Domfeh is Executive Director at the African Policy Lens. Now, member or lawyer Nurudeen Abbas, I swipe kakra. My main camp will say Mr. Joe Jackson, CEO at the Dalex Finance Ghana, accepted to be with us, but he still, try his best to penetrate into baby or baby will be ano yadene ebeja sanso and Professor Ali Dusaidi also accepted to be with us, but he's also struggling to penetrate na ya engaging so obo babia yado obo beto so lawyer mame, if you have some reactions to do, but before obey reactions, so Mami Misao, per dear Dr. Domfeh, means that we are sitting on the time bomb. Your government, you know, I may sitting on the time bomb because we say there are some things that you haven't done. Which I say so a candidate area. You wouldn't get enough money to support the dollar. So my dollar yes this country will be in trouble. That's what Dr. Domfeh your reaction.
I would try to say Dr. Domfeh or can be IMF program name na a 16 quantitative performance criteria no credit. And okay say Nyameka say mudodo no even under IMF program na PPM ni no de no credit. Me say quantitative criteria no one ziga na wan kasa wo man mu ha.
Okay.
Na de okay so mo meeting ni nyina no. Yahweh say no cresa. Over 16 quantitative criteria no. Bakwane edimuntintimai one of the criteria exchange rate stability. Exchange rate stability. Ziga, could MPP achieve exchange rate stability at the time they were leaving office? The answer is a big no. It's part of the 16 quantitative performance criteria. Omo befa $4 cedis, omo di could drew 17 cedis. In fact, in 2022 alone, cedi need depreciate by more than 54%. One of the criteria, quantitative criteria, near exchange rate stability, MPP achieve. So the claim by Dr. Domfeh say MPP for achieve all the 16 quantitative criteria, even under the MPP, under an IMF program, no, cannot be true, and it is not borne out by the facts. Two, another criteria in the system performance, quantitative criteria, no, energy sector payment discipline. Say MPP for a car, no under the IMF program. MPP for a BMO, energy sector, IPP car no more 1.7 billion. Price for water mechanism and use edisika IPP scan no muntia enuntia ma sonyo na soglikura dum nufidie ema bibire threaten so mo be strike meboana. This was part of the 16 quantitative performance criteria. Inflation was part of the criteria MPP even under IMF program. Domestic arrears. So mo betua a car on the domestic it was part of the performance criteria. So Dr. Domfeh kase MPP 16 quantitative performance criteria and even under IMF it is not borne out by the fact send your maka inflation they did not meet, maka exchange rate they did not meet, maka payment in the energy sector they did not meet. So clearly Dr. Domfeh na samoa wakana it is not borne out by the fact. Me pesa me kase bia watwatwa na bibisa na yemra yanim no o say Ninsam na waka no na no akoye mienu wo no ansam na waka no contradicting no. Or say whatever economic gains I am making is and sustainable.
Yeah.
Wankasa.
Yeah, he said it was sustainable.
Oh, yeah, no, Zabeka say gains no cry and yan is no crano. A yan park and no for real tire to home.
Yeah.
So clear contradiction. When him said Dr. Domfeh you be with him, they walk on my or more etima Bobby was sick as some or come. But once I would just parent for our daughter bonnie, and the doctor contradicting in one breath, what's the idea now? Yan papa and you're sustainable. In another breath, what dear Nimunyam not your combo, so which is which. But my mentor was a minia. If you ask so your man, I was so new your fat. What I say. Unim your man, I was so new your fat. MP before to share economy money ye. And now IMF in 2022, they had 2 years to implement IMF program now, and Nyam fetch any better result. Emma Ghana 400 or more their worst defeat ever. NDC by within the shortest possible time the economic policies go akwan economy has turned around. O abreso economy no ntimi anye wo ye de obetimi bia economy na ntimi anye wo ka kire say ye ko IMF a problem nyina be solve ye ko IMF ye problem nyina anye dey answer NDC ba ye no the credibility of your economic policies no manfo bebre nya gidie there was a Domfeh say economy bia no matter how good your policy are, if you are not credible, your policy will not yield any positive results because economies principally run on confidence. Say investors need confidence or economy because Okobuji Eurobond won't domestic bond untia oh yeah debt restructuring will be abeyin ni sika ko enti you prefer the best policies grabber what the NDC brought as far as the handling of the Ghanaian economy is concerned first credibility. So the economy policies no you could see sincerity and economic prudence in Jeremiah to me turning around the economy within the shortest year possible time. Now someone can say stability on a forest market is stable no. Economy initial CSA agina still the year CSA stabilizing now Dr. Domfeh Katre say 3 months crama yebesa koye dadem Ziga utie bitiopa Dr. Domfeh Katre say stability no aba we see the numu no artificial. Now in a matter of 3 months, I buy $100 you go back to square one. In Sri Lanka, you 3 months a term, 6 months a term, 9 months a term, 1 year a term, 1 year 3 months still economy near the age now. So you should tell Dr. Domfeh say, yes, you are more answer cry economy noir or more edimwe man, no money the more.
But now dog say, lawyer dog say, yes, fine. There are some things be a somewhere a kabi a semu tuane sa no mano semu sha se semu tuase sika no a sa e kanwa pressure beba so you wouldn't get enough money to support the city.
You see MPP e kanu e da ho no hwan na botto ni na county ne kwan say Dr. Domfeh mo omo kasa nke wo so mo de MPP graba ye equation between 2022 and 2024. Yeah, debt servicing obligations via mature. Also abang it here. Abang here day or front loaded to at the end of 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. And the big goo abang so say a big goo no mudi omunia bemo na abang that aneba nanka be bonus so na economy no aye dey abo na kanu Dr. Domfeh kan when they say e kan yen sha ase ntia why they catch Dr. Domfeh say e kan yen sha ase ntia e kanu a woka ho asem no in 2025 alone we paid more than 10 billion or sa kanu a woka na asem yes in 2026 afi we nko ano e ye be 50 billion but empenifo a ekura ye sikasemu a omu chinchim ne mfuma na me yate ase se o ma ye nhyehyeye pa omu betua they will never default said the MPP before ye no nti ama confidence aba e wo ye economy ni menti e ka e da ho no ye nhyehyeye boni anana do ye ba ba we kura ba ye no wa ye nhyehyeye pa wo ye dey o ye na ye last year first quarter e ka Dr. Domfeh e ka ho asemu ye tia $650 million last year Eurobond 31st December 2025 you said you have $750 million e kana na do ja ho aye tia last year nkwano you tia more than $1.5 billion in servicing the debt of Dr. Domfeh Ekano 2026 you tia a domestic debt to one you tia about $10 billion Ghana cedis already. And he said Dr. Domfeh ka say sha say tia e kanu a ye si kanu be ahode be ko fom no e kanu de ye dollars so de ye si do ya sha say tia ba ye si ba ya sha say tia ba ye si kanu so ko fom e je say Dr. Domfeh ye economic theory no a wo hwe no ye we are looking at the practicalities now someone who can say ye si kasemu a ye ye tu ho na mo CCI no ya anya niema bi a sikasem no ebe kɔ form no yes ye wo ewiase nyina no sabi anya do nya approach in the build the economy. Of course there are known tried and tested economic models bi a yield the results so per se usikasem gyina e wo say oye export dependent and as oye e wo say oye a net exporter and as wo say oye wa ade bi a ye frɛ no import substitution or near my port no ubie industries for krum or wait for the no cressa but we have to now say go economies be so hard a DA without using this model. A typical example UK maybe drew they were superpower of this world now almost depended a lot on their colonies or natural resources no more for the eco process bedroom maybe a colonialism slave trade they call ya lose hold of or more or more natural resources via or more na campus or more processing but pound is still the strongest currency in the world. So it tells you so what we use economic policy, prudent economic policy, prudent monetary policy to achieve a certain level of forest stability. Nadia and Ama UK or more pound still a more than $1 dollar. A reserves or more build over the years. Gold reserves are more day or more build back or more currency no and on abo. And now America. Okay. Most of or more near my or outsourcing it to China because of the cheap cost of production, But still American dollar and even though or massa outsource be bring but or more a proper fiscal and monetary policy or using here now more group yet
all right
as someone Dr. Domfeh can be and the Ghana you bet me a I was say near my baby more than you bet to me produce wahano ye be a friend import substitution near $1 this is $1 the car but sabi enye kwan ba ko person ye fa konkran ubetimi afa wiem ufri kumase e ban kran ya ubetimi afa kofodua kofa abri ubetimi akofa asimfosu akofa winiba abankran na ubetimi afa usino enyina monso no abankran so whilst we are looking at the long term import substitution e be nyuma you be build the economic resilience no within the short term no you go the CCA under NPP na China for ni India for ede kono ene abai boabo gold na no
all right
na bank of Ghana ko gisika commercial banks no hello mama fa manu si we bank of Ghana enim say hello pa jo temi kan
yeah me tell ka just 30 seconds to wrap up mami Mr.
They may say the ama economy next year about $10 billion last year gold board they buy a quite many of us so they buy and say we are should be a gold that will be a pension bank you turn gold so I $10 and now commercial banks are $8 no more credits and the Bank of Ghana ekoji omo cedi no the ama gold board ade akoto gold ni akoton $. Na dollars ne ba ya beton ade ama central banks yi enti ne first central bank no debt servicing obligation any debt amortization ananka obeba market abesesa dollar no ono anya dollar ni bi sesante ma pressure
thank you very much
dollar ne so ayede
thank you very much
banks ne so atimi asesa dollars eti Dr. Domfeh asemo a work na there ono is basing the argument ni nyina on theories and economic models.
Thank you very much. Lawyer Abbas Nurudeen is a CEO, Social Investment Fund, and yes, a Social Investment Fund Chief Executive Officer. Lawyer, we thank you very much for your time today. We thank you very much. Honorary Esaya, Communication Director, Edema, National Democratic Congress in Ashanti region, Ghana to be the National Communication Director. Thank you very much. I'm the last 7 minutes in the farmer lawyer. Sorry, Dr. Domfeh, Doc, reaction. So, Doc, let's go.
Yeah, me reaction, and it's a do who you because nipa na one the all kasa maminka me pacho am 14 to mami time kakra me so and someone na papa no busa na o just say me kan no ono mu is very ignorant about how the economy works. Mr. Wa next time so be frame wo program so many politician can me against someone who has expertise in the economy. I don't mind if it is at forcing. I don't mind if it is the man who was coming on the program. Mr. Wa nyemfa NDC kakra MIM. Also he tried talking about say MPP government. I never worked with the MPP government. But let us even say I'm a finance minister for MPP Abai. I'm putting it on record say all the staff level agreements now when they came, they were satisfied. And until the moment the program, because you can say extended credit facility. The actually said, and I'm moving your person too. And the idea A, B, C, D, F, O, Y. But so means ya bana wunti ya program no yan country and the onukra one tears here. He has no anyama obubo bodini say omo ka say inflation na do mo antimi. I mean it is so bad. Omo ka say yes asia fa of inflation ebra 1% and 0. That was not it. Yes, the eco program no mu na inflation was over 40%. So what I say, the time be almost the year, any why the inflation is dropping, inflation should be dropping. No can be beside of exchange rate, can say the Baba say. And yes, quantitative of criteria. Now a year reserve now can wasm. And he doesn't understand. I'm a lawyer. And me feels a law assembly. Now what friend? Na kofa economy asama no apobi asabin previous me ne betnya reason together ekobasi ahun say amanfo omutie no mutimi ntia say because he was feeling out total ignorance only mu shefa economy na ho mama nka say binchiro o say MPP kan omupia. That is a lie. Yera rolling seko oja total gas stock of $7.1 billion. Uko Ghana finance ministry omo website when you go no you rack for by what they can call 8 billion. That is only about 1 billion per account. Mahama Mills at the $21 billion never can Ghana account. About BNU Ghana about within 8 years. What to me Ghana that I could do that level no. Nana Kufuor buy na Kufuor 8 billion. Mills Mahama they call 29.2 billion. Uncle ready. They call 29.2. Nana Kufuor be for 60 billion at the end of 2021. Let us encourage them to they can go there and get blue. And no. Well, yeah, I say that restructuring. Say you can hear the near Fabi Chaye. Until you are born near the Omuka 13.1 billion. Omudimu 4.7 Chaye. You are born. We pay the flows. Make us a Ghana. We are still paying the flows. We don't pay the stock. Until I say when the difference between stock and flow. So at as into no ultimate is a mimi ditro now Omuki added. And then at the money be so and the MPP abai. And was say what the canning now for good 2027 Yankotia. Now why will croy? What say? As I'm not crack. And you crack so who's I blame MPP about was soon kind of good 2027 is Yankotia. That's never true. Because of that research in Yakano. December 2024. Now about 49.37 billion. And the Akufo today 20 billion. A little over 20 billion Nabeka Ghana account. And of a Kufuor. What less than to a Ghana account. Ghana can and and yet the Nana Kufuor the boy. The year John the money Mama 21 billion. Year Kufuor 1 billion. Rolling 7.1 of those that are still outstanding in Ethiopia. And to one cheers here, Uncle Economist ye. And Sana. Well, Biana Waka the American make a theory inquire. Only the Oka. On propaganda, also. But yes, my building resilient economy. Resilient economy now. We are saying a team who can of the nothing good, nothing fiscal agenda. That is what they are implementing. Nana may can be beside. rate artificial. Man can say the general economy no artificial. I never said that. Tell us me do who you say or can some me say against the artificial. Also say because I was making reference to exchange rate. Exchange rate is not the economy. And Mr. Ominia, next time all right. Flobi asabi what economy na sekakra. Yeah, they make me no argue because no on the monetary economics, on the public economics. Now when the when you shape economy ho. And ne kase de no de and the madam say or kasa yi. But that young president Nama or say economy now is resilient. Who told you? Say Ghanaian economy is resilient. But come because the US economy, offend resilient. Our economy is not resilient. It's so fragile. We haven't done enough. Very resilient. I say yes, this is factors. I create jobs for our people.
Thank you very much.
500,000.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Job. You call this that economist? Apart from dollar now, still no go into dollar baby by no. Apart from that, yeah, I must see the engine no. Yeah, of inflation apart from a deeper achievement. You're nothing. We haven't seen anything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And they should learn. They should learn. And propaganda.